My name is Balsam Danhach. I'm the CEO of FTX MENA. Globally, we're talking about a little bit close to over 6 million users, which also equates to about 12 billion in trading volume every single day. And that's, of course, 365 days a year, so it's a little bit different than the normal stock market. In terms of what we're doing here, we did get our license to operate in Dubai as a regulated exchange. And that happened right around July. So from July until now, our main effort is, of course, on the back end, or what people don't see, which is we're migrating our customer base that did exist already in the region into our local platform, or into the FTX MENA platform, let's say. And that is something that'll take about a month or two, then there'll be some testing. And at the end of it, the consumer over here, or the client, the investor over here, will be able to access the same products that they see globally, but they'll be accessing them through our local platform or our local landing page, which means they're dealing with a local entity in case they have any doubts or questions, and they're also being protected by the UAE law. That is definitely, the steps that we're working towards. Not just they can trade in dirhams, but the ideas of them, of course, to be dealing with local banks, and that should make the transaction of off-ramping and on-ramping into the platform a lot easier and more seamless, I'd say. We understand their reservation when we came into the market, about a year ago. But I think with the regulations coming out, with more clarity from the regulator on what is expected from us as a regulated entity, it gave some comfort to the bank. But we are still always in constant communication with the banks. It's been a lot easier. They are, it all depends on the bank itself as well. But we've seen a lot of interest from the banks, and we've been in talks with many banks over here, and they are interested to play a very important role and necessary role in the ecosystem. It might come to be a little bit of a surprise for a lot of people, but the region over here, the MENA region, we believe somewhere around the second or third region from our global performance. So, that's where our main interest comes in, is that they're not, we're not talking about a region that's contributing a small percentage to our overall revenue or our overall trading volume, but rather in the top three regions that we operate in. In terms of both, in terms of volume, we see volumes here a bit higher in terms of volume per user, but also in terms of user, we have a huge user base in the region. Yeah, it also goes back to, we're talking about different type of clientele. We're talking about different consumers in this region than in other regions. So we see a bit higher volume per user, yes. Again, you have to differentiate between users that existed before we had any regulations, which is, they were trading with, either they're trading with a company in the, our international platform or the US platform, but they do exist here. Once we got regulated, and part of the clarity from the regulations is that anyone that does reside in the UAE or is a UAE resident will be migrated into our platform. I think in terms of the industry itself, what we've seen over the past 2-3 years is there was actually, I would say, a trigger that accelerated the acceptance of cryptocurrencies. We've seen the utilities of it in crises. We've seen the utilities of it during COVID. So I think it kind of moved things forward, not just for crypto, but I think the whole space. The whole ecosystem that revolves around, whether it's blockchain technology, Web3, the metaverse, all that I think was accelerated because of because of COVID primarily, and then also all the economic, I would say, turbulence they're seeing around the world in the past year or two. For us, it's been great because it's been great for us to actually see the potential of our company. It helped in speeding the process of us expanding. And I think it is helping in mass adoption of cryptocurrency, which is something we always encourage. We've seen some sort of correlation between currencies and the price of cryptocurrency. But at the end of the day, the one thing that it does is it highlights the weaknesses of fiat, which is something that we've always pointed to, the fact that a cryptocurrency kind of covers a lot of the, I would say, shortcomings of fiat money. And it's a standard that has existed for a long time, and now we have a new way of looking at things. So yes, fluctuations in currencies or in fiat money is in a way cementing the idea that cryptocurrency could be offered as an alternative. In times like these, it's always the toughest companies that end up surviving. And we've seen that in the dot-com area, and we're seeing it again, is that at times where you have a long period of low performance or decrease in value, You're going to see that companies that have been on, small to mid-sized companies that are not able to survive will kind of consolidate into the bigger ones. As far as crypto itself, I think it is not just crypto, and a lot of people kind of isolate crypto and they say, oh, the price of cryptocurrency has gone down, but economically, everything has gone down. I mean, you've seen inflations, we've seen the interest rates going up, so the whole market is going down, and crypto also does have some correlation to what's happening around us. But we do believe we always have a positive outlook in what is going to happen next, and we continue to believe so.